During this key August break, lawmakers and officials are focusing on Social Security's future as it faces a number of complicated challenges. The current problems are not only complex, but also call for thorough deliberation and cooperation amongst various groups in order to find lasting answers. The potential funding gap that would prevent Social Security from continuing to make regular payments after 2034 is one of the main issues the program is currently facing. Bipartisan support for reform has grown as a result of the looming uncertainty, and lawmakers are looking for measures to strengthen the program's financial base. The concept of taxing the wealthy more heavily is one suggestion that is gathering support. Advocates claim that this might bring in more money for the Social Security Trust, which would then have the money it needs to continue making monthly benefits payments to future beneficiaries. It's interesting to note that some sources claim there are certain Republicans who, despite not publicly backing the idea, have quietly understood the necessity of raising taxes on the wealthy in order to fund Social Security. There are, like with any planned tax hike, alternative points of view that cast doubt on this strategy. A bipartisan package that largely favors taxing the wealthy may be reluctantly supported by certain senators who are worried about possible backlash from their voter base. This puts a fine line between finding a middle ground and winning enough backing for the reform. The continuing August break makes things more difficult. When lawmakers visit their home states again, they frequently interact with their constituents, which can have a big impact on how they feel about Social Security reform. Their legislative objectives may change as a result of the suggestions and criticism they receive during this time, either supporting or opposing particular initiatives. The reform process becomes even more unpredictable as a result of this dynamic. Various measures that aim to simultaneously boost revenue and decrease output are being studied in order to ensure the survival of Social Security. Other policies try to cut costs while raising program income through taxes on the wealthiest. One such proposal aimed at reducing the number of people collecting benefits at once and easing some of the financial strain is to raise the full retirement age. The potential reduction of the primary insurance amount, PIA, which directly affects monthly benefits, is another hotly debated subject. This idea would encounter opposition, though, as no legislator would want to be identified with reducing Social Security payouts, particularly so close to a presidential election. The stock market is being considered as a more novel option for investing Social Security money. Supporters contend that by aiming for larger returns, the program may become more self-sufficient and less reliant on tax dollars. The risks and uncertainties associated with this plan, however, make it a contentious issue among policymakers. It's interesting to note that conversations about Social Security have started to come up with other important topics, such as the end of the student loan payment freeze and loan forgiveness. There are worries that unresolved financial obligations may prevent Social Security beneficiaries from enjoying their benefits fully in retirement, as some of them simultaneously struggle with student loan debt. Co-signing student loans poses additional issues, as demonstrated by the earlier instance. Co-signers are jointly liable for the loan and subject to repercussions if the borrower defaults or has difficulty making payments. Although the Biden administration has temporarily alleviated the negative effects on credit scores, the long-term effects continue to be of concern. Major adjustments and legislative initiatives that touch on topics other than Social Security, such as child tax credit payments, and possibly snappy benefit hikes, are anticipated as the August recess unfolds. The program's future will be decisively shaped in the coming weeks and months as officials struggle to come up with viable alternatives that can win over both political parties and effectively meet the demands of both current and future retirees. Understanding the complexities of Social Security reform necessitates careful consideration, compromise, and the capacity to strike a fine balance between the various points of view involved. We will continue to keep an eye on the situation and notify you on any new developments as the retirement security environment changes. We appreciate your continued support and attention, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel for regular updates on this important topic.